Let's talk about sales tax. Oftentimes, we want to find the original price of something if we know the total sales after the tax. Why would we want to know this? Well, let's say you're at a stadium or some sporting event and notice the drinks are maybe $5 and the hot dogs are $7 and the t-shirts are $12. And those vendors have to pay tax, but they include it in the price. And they make the price an even dollar amount because they have a limited time to sell those items. It's halftime or whatever, and they want to get people through as quickly as possible. Same thing with movies, popcorn and Cokes and stuff. There's only a short window of time to sell as much as you can before people go in and watch the movie. So oftentimes at the end of the day, we might say, we had $42,000 in total sales. $42,000 in total sales, and that includes the sales tax. And let's say we had a 6.5% sales tax rate. And the question would be, what were the actual sales, not including the tax, the actual sales before tax? Now, let's look at an original picture and then work backwards. Let's say we bought something that cost $50. That was the actual price. And then we were going to add tax to it, and that was going to give us the total sale. Now, if we have this scenario, if the tax is let's say the tax is 7%. That 7% would be 7% of what? That would be 7% of the $50, wouldn't it? And of means times. So take $50, multiply it times 7%, and that gives us the sales tax for a $50 actual purchase. Everybody get $3.50? Okay, now, if we add those two things together, that's our total sales. And the question is, which one of these is the base? Which one of these is the 100%? This is the 100%, isn't it? 100% of 50 is 50. 7% of 50 is the tax. And this is 107% of 50. Okay? So we're basing everything on the actual sales. This is exactly like percent increase, isn't it? If 50 goes up to 53.50, that's an actual increase of $3.50. We take that and divide it by 50, and we get 7%. That's a 7% increase, a 7% sales tax. We increased our cost by 7%. Now, how does that feel? Anybody have questions about that? That's how we figure sales tax. That's the process we're all familiar with. But what if this is what they give us? They say the total sale was $53.50. There's a 7% sales tax rate. What was the actual sales cost before tax? Well, notice we can't multiply 7% times this because it's that we need to multiply it by, but we don't know that yet. So, what are we going to have to do? If we think of it in the grid, where there's a dollar amount and there's a percent amount, we're looking for this dollar amount, aren't we? But we can find this percent amount because we know this is the 100%. So this is 107%. Any portion divided by its matching rate always gives us the base. Any top number in the grid divided by the percent below it always gives us the base. So the only way we can get this answer right is to take 5350 and divide it by 107%, or 1.07. So everybody punch in 53.5 divided by 107%, or 1.07. Does that give us the $50? Okay. And if the problem said what was the actual amount of the sales tax, then we could simply subtract, or we could multiply the 7% times that to give us the 350. Okay. So now let's work this problem that we started with. Here we have 42,000 is the total sales, don't we? The tax rate is what? 6.5%. And where does that go in the grid? That goes under tax. That's the bottom, isn't it? 6.5%. And now they want to know what were the actual sales before tax. We work it the exact same way. We cannot multiply this times that. We can't subtract 6.5% off of 42,000 because that 6.5% is not of 42,000. It's of the original amount which we're trying to find. So the key to this problem is knowing where the 100% goes. Does it go on the left or the right? It goes on the left, doesn't it? The 100% is the actual sales, the base. And if we increase it by 6.5%, then we're looking at 106.5%. If you like little equations, we're saying 42,000 equals 106.5% times the thing we're looking for. So to solve for x, we divide both sides by 106.5%. That's another way of thinking of it. But that's exactly what happens in the grid. That's exactly what happens with PBR. So if we divide 42,000 by 106.5%, should we get a number that's bigger than 42,000 or smaller? Smaller. A whole lot smaller? Like half as much? No. Our answer better be between 20,000 and 42,000. And there should be only one place we can stick the decimal in our display to get that answer. And what do we get? Is it 39 or 39436 to the nearest penny? 62. Does that look good to everybody? 39436.62.